We have nearly 45 incubators now in the country, which is going to expand. Our target for the next 5 years is over 200. We hope that these incubators, which will be in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, will be the mentoring grounds for them. Our whole ecosystem today, sir, in the biotech sector, we have over 2,000 startups, and more than 1,000 of these are being nurtured and promoted through BIRAC. And we see these budding innovators forming a very crucial and critical part of this growing ecosystem. As we are moving forward, and as Professor Anil Gupta said, I would lastly like to just inform you that we are now trying to see how we also populate this pipeline to make it more active. We are wanting to take now our science to schools. In the India International Science Festival, which is held under the dynamic leadership of our minister, we've had it for 4 years. We get students from different districts. Each of the MPs do send students from their constituencies. In the last one that we did in Lucknow, we had 6,000 students. So our aim is now to tap those students. Professor Anil Gupta, we worked out a mechanism in which all our national laboratories will be the incubator centers for them. We have already consolidated all our infrastructure and equipment, so it will be what, in fact, we have been all dreaming of. Each lab would become an incubator for these students. And we hope that through this program, we will be able to tap. Our ambitions are very high. 50,000 was the number we talked about. But I think as we take it forward, we should be able to succeed. In a country as large as India, so 50,000 again is probably a drop in the ocean. But with the blessings of our minister, with our Prime Minister's initiative, and sir, with your guidance, I'm sure we will be able to take this program forward. I hope next year when we meet for this function, we will be able to give you a completion on this to see how the students become a part of this. Once again, I would like to thank all the students here, congratulate them, congratulate their mentors, and on behalf of the Department of Biotechnology and BIRAC, once again reassure them that this ecosystem that we have built will give them the full guidance to be able to nurture to where we feel that they would be able to become enterprises standing on their own. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Renu Swarup ji. May I request now respected Dr. R.M. Ashelkar, FRS Chairman, BIRAC Sitare, GYTI Program and Research Advisory Committee, Srishti.
Honorable Vice President of India, most revered Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Honorable Union Minister for Science, Technology, Earth Sciences, Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan ji, Dr. Venu Swarup, Professor Anil Gupta, proud winners of Gyati Awards, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. I want to extend a very warm welcome to you all for this great morning of celebration of our young Gyati awardees. Just now, Dr. Venu Swarup explained Sitare, stars. They are really terrific stars, I must say. As we went around for an hour and saw the glint in the eyes of the awardees, the passion in their belly, and the unbelievable way in which they combine innovation, compassion, and passion. And I emphasize compassion because each of the awardees has done something for the society, particularly the resource poor. It is absolutely incredible feeling. You know, as you get old, you add years to your life. That hour has added a few years. No, life to my years. And so that is incredible experience. I applaud Srishti, founded by our visionary Professor Anil Gupta, that has been at the forefront of triggering inclusive innovation movement in India. I congratulate BIRAC under the very dynamic leadership of Dr. Venu Swarup. Again, who has been at the forefront to identify talent in various fields in life sciences and support their journey from ideas to impact. That's very important. And ideas to impact doesn't happen if you don't move from mind to market. So this entire process that we talked about is extraordinarily important. Only one point I would like to make, and this is an appeal to our Honorable Minister of Science and Technology. Sir, you did the polio miracle. That was a scale, all right, across the nation. Can we do another miracle with regard to innovation? And that is democratization of innovation. Because everyone is someone, basically. Everybody can have that. And as Professor Anil Gupta says, minds on the margin are not necessarily marginal minds. So how can we tap the entire energy? Here we are tapping, sir, the energy of our Yuva Shakti. But we can tap the energy of entire India. So therefore, I think there is a possibility of mobilizing various countryside networks, like railways, for example. When you do the travel in a railway for a few hours, as a matter of fact, how can you get engaged in solving innovative problems? Or like post offices across the country to mobilize the creative ideas of common people and share and translate these sort of ideas into actually practice, and all problems that confront us, like our Honorable Prime Minister has been talking about water. So water conservation, and these are all tested practices, preventive health, and so on and so forth. Lastly, but most importantly, I'd like to thank our Honorable Vice President and Honorable Dr. Harshvardhan ji for blessing these young awardees today. This inspiration that you have provided will propel this Bharatiya Yuva Shakti, if I may say, to fulfill not only their own aspirations, but also the aspiration of our beloved nation to become the #1 innovation nation, and more precisely #1 inclusive innovation nation in the world. And may I end by saying that Gyati or Sitare are just some humble steps in this big journey. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. हम अनुरोध करते हैं डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन जी, ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी एंड अर्थ साइंसेज से कृपया आप पधारें और हम सबको अपने संबोधन से प्रेरित करें.
Honorable Vice President of India, respected Shri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Dr. Renu Swarup, Secretary Biotechnology, respected Dr. Mashelkar and dear Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Gupta, young dear Sitare, all the distinguished guests today, friends from the media. Well, friends, today is a very, very important day, not only for us, but also I think for the scientific community. Not many people know, but I know it quite well. Today is the birth anniversary of Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee. Even me also, who is a staunch, you can say, BJP supporter, BJP worker, who has known about Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee's life for decades. Before having gone to the science laboratories of this country as Science and Technology Minister, I never knew that he was probably the first minister of post-independence who actually looked after the science technology aspects of the country, and at a number of places in laboratories in Calcutta, Chennai, I've seen foundation stones laid by him, inaugurations done by him. I have seen his statues, and people the senior people have nostalgic memories about their association with the scientific activities that Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee actually pursued and encouraged during his stint as a young minister in Nehruji's cabinet. And we all know that he was probably the youngest Vice Chancellor of Calcutta University. So on this occasion, I would like to pay my humble tributes to his pious memory and just read a few 4 or 5 lines about his life. There's a lot of things that we can talk about it, but the subject today is not Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee, it is about our young friends. Young Syama Prasad grew in an atmosphere where he could watch religious ceremonies and also listen to the discussions on most of the modern and scientific subjects his father had with great scholars coming from all parts of India and abroad. This, in fact, created in him deep respect for India's age old culture and a keen interest in Western thought and learning. A happy blending of Hindu spirituality, tolerance, and humanity with scientific outlook and broad understanding characterized the life of Syama Prasad throughout, both as an academician and as a parliamentarian. So I thought I should bring Dr. Syama Prasad Mukherjee's memory also before you, and we should certainly pay our respectful tributes to his. Just now I had the privilege to visit along with our Honorable Vice President the exhibition. And I can honestly say that I really feel blessed to have met these young friends who have done extraordinarily brilliant. It's beyond my vocabularies to express my, I would say, appreciation for the great thinking that, because we know that as a young science student, we never had so much of, neither so much of passion, neither so much of great atmosphere, neither so much of support from the government system that the young innovators in this country could actually have during the tenure with the blessings of our great Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. So we really feel blessed about it. Well, during my visits to the science labs also, I have been interacting with these young students during my visits to the different universities, research institutions all across the country. In fact, I had the privilege to visit each and every institution in this country belonging to science in the last 5 years. So and that's one of the greatest pleasures of my life after having interacted with so many scientists, and more particularly the young scientists. And I was so impressed to see their enthusiasm and the will to develop solutions for unmet needs of our society. Indian researchers and scientists have proved their mettle in science and technology domain across the globe.